It's Monday, August 10th, 2009. This is the Morning Swim Show news segment. I'm your host, Peter Busch. We have a lot to catch up on. World records fell on 3 continents, and the swimming community lost a beloved icon. We'll get to all that, plus the story of 8 guys that turned back the clock on swimsuit fashion and got a standing ovation for it. Let's start at the U.S. Open, where Jessica Hardy returned to the sport in a big way. This was her first meet since her year-long ban for testing positive for a banned substance at last year's Olympic trials. And on Thursday, Hardy broke the world record in the 50 long course meters breaststroke with a 29.95 as part of her 100 breast time trial. Then on Friday, she reset her 50 breast world record on the way to setting a new world record in the 100 breaststroke. Her 50 split was a 29.80, and the time for the 100 was a 1:04.45. That's a half second under Rebecca Soni's swim from the World Championships 2 weeks ago. And for good measure, Hardy won the 50 free with a 24.90, a time that would have placed 4th at the USA World Championship trials. We're working to get Hardy on the show this week, so stay tuned. Nick Thoman chased Aaron Pearsall's world record in the 100 backstroke, swimming at 52.51 to win the event easily. That time made him the 6th fastest swimmer ever in the event. And at the World Championships, Michael Cavich, he proposed that all 8 finalists in the 100 fly wear briefs. No one took him up on the offer at the time. Well, on Saturday night at the U.S. Open in Federal Way, Washington, the 8 men in the final of the 200 IM agreed to swim the race wearing briefs after racing in the high-tech suits for prelims. During the introductions, the swimmers took off their warm-ups and revealed the briefs to the crowd, who reacted with a lengthy standing ovation. The times in the final were about 1.5 seconds slower than their prelim swims. And the winner of the B final, Scott Weitz, wore a high-tech suit and swam the fastest 200 IM of the night with a 2:01.53, just a fingernail faster than Jack Brown's time of 2:01.56, which won the championship final. If that isn't proof that the high-tech suits helped, then I don't know what is. So this has become one of the most talked about stories out of the U.S. Open suddenly. And we worked our magic here at the Morning Swim Show to get a hold of the mastermind of this memorable moment. And joining us right now on Skype from Atlanta is Jack Brown. Jack, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Doing very well, Peter. How about yourself?
Good. So how'd you come up with this idea?
Well, it was something that we just kind of started talking about in the mornings before prelims even started. And, you know, after we saw who made the top 8, we had a few people who were still kind of thinking about doing it, and we just managed to convince everyone that, you know, this would be a lot of fun and it just kind of be a good way to end the summer at a meet where, you know, a lot of us had, you know, we'd already pretty much done all our fast swimming, so we decided just to give this a shot and thought it would be fun.
Did you expect the reaction that you've gotten?
I think we expected people to think it was pretty cool, but I don't think a single one of us in the heat thought we would get the reaction at the swim center that we did. We were kind of all looking around before the race started, just with huge grins on our faces, like, this is unbelievable. No one thought that we were going to get that kind of reaction from the crowd, especially. I mean, they really did blow the roof off the place. It was pretty incredible. Now,
I know you still practice in briefs and stuff like that, but did it feel weird to dive into a major competition and, you know, actually feel the water hitting most of your body?
I mean, it was funny because I remember telling my coach when I was warming up, like, I was doing my pace in my brief, and I'm going, I feel like I'm really forgetting to do something. Like, an aspect of my entire pre-race strategy and just my pre-race kind of routine is just missing, which is, you know, it takes half an hour to get one of those suits on. But, yeah, it was definitely weird diving in and just swimming that first 50. It felt totally different than it usually does, and the whole race just felt different. I mean, because I think all of us in the race were trying to swim it the same way we do with the tech suit on, and it definitely made it a very different experience.
Well, it was a really cool idea. That's fun that you guys did it, and you better get used to it because it's back to the briefs here pretty soon.
It's very true.
All right, Jack, thank you so much for joining us from Atlanta, and we'll talk to you later.
No, man, 12. Dwight Howard!
Man of Steel.
He's a man dog.
You can't front him.
You can't post him.
More dunks than a donut shop.
First team all galaxy.
The drop step.
The spin move.
The smash.
The smile. Cheese. Are you kidding me?
sick, flat out nasty.
Filthy, vicious, ridiculous.
But you know your boy gets his vitamins. The boy definitely gets his vitamins.
Welcome back to the show. Swimmers from Canada, Great Britain, South Africa, and Australia were responsible for 12 short course world records over the weekend in 3 separate competitions. 5 of those records fell at the British Short Course Grand Prix in Leeds. Anna Mae Pierce of Canada reset her 200 breast world record with a 2:16.83 to go along with the world long course world record that she set 2 weeks ago. Canada also set 3 relay records. The men's 800 free relay of Colin Russell, Stefan Herniak, Brent Hayden, and Joel Greenshield swam a 6:51.05. The women's 400 medley team of Katie Murdoch, Anna Mae Pierce, Audrey LaCroix, and Victoria Poon swam a 3:49.9. And the men's 400 medley relay of Jake Tapp, Paul Kornfeld, Joe Bartok, and Brent Hayden with a 3:23.3. Great Britain claimed a world record at the British Grand Prix also with Joanne Jackson's 400 free time of 3:54.92. Cameron Vanderburg set 3 world records at the South African Short Course Nationals, 2 of them in one day. First, he reset his 50 breast record with a 25.43, then came back in the semis of the 100 breast and swam a new world record of 56.39. Vanderburg returned the next day to swim under 56 seconds in the final with a 55.99. He also has the 50 breast long course world record. We think that Vanderburg is only the second person ever to set 3 world records in 24 hours. Michael Phelps has done it on numerous occasions at the World Championships, and most recently at the 2008 Olympics, where he set world records in the 200 free, 2 fly, and 800 free relay in that 24-hour span. And on the same day, Vanderburg was setting his 2 world records. Roland Skuman reclaimed the 50 freestyle world mark with a 20.30. Skuman had the record of 20.6 from September 08 until Henri Laveau from France took it away with a 20.48. And yesterday in Australia, the Telstra Short Course Grand Prix featured 3 world records. Libby Trickett lowered her record in the 100 free with a 51.01. She commented after the race she hadn't really swum much since the World Championships. Christian Springer surprised the world with a world record in the 200 breast at the World Championships in Rome. He followed it up with a world record in the short course version. He went a 2:01.98, wiping out the last short course world record held by Ed Moses, whose time of 2:02.9 from 2004 had seemed almost unreachable at the time. Of course, a lot of those types of world records have fallen lately. Emily Seabaum chased down Natalie Coughlin's 8-year-old record in the 100 IM, set a new mark with a 58.54. There were also lots of world records at the Masters, U.S. Masters Long Course Nationals last week in Indianapolis. We'd like to tell you all about them, but there's just too many, so just go to our website, swimmingworld.com, and read up on all of those records. And you can also check our website for more on the big meets that took place over the weekend, including the next stage of the USA Swimming Sectionals. Today we'll end the show with the sad news of the passing of Hall of Fame coach and swimmer Ron Johnson. Johnson was a frequent guest on our show, most recently on 2 segments talking about freestyle swimming technique. He coached the Arizona State women to 2 NCAA titles, helped 14 swimmers win Olympic medals, and went on to become an accomplished Masters coach and swimmer, setting multiple world records in breaststroke and butterfly. Swimming World sends its thoughts and prayers to the family of Ron Johnson. And on that somber note, we'll say goodbye today.